Solo leveling is packed with insanely strong characters, but the Monarchs are by far the strongest ones. So yeah, they are super scary. First up, Scyllid, the Monarch of Frost and the King of the Snowfolk. Now, Scyllid is insanely strong. Like, we saw him put A-rank hunters to sleep by just snapping his fingers. But that's of course nothing compared to his true strength. Scyllid is the absolute master of ice magic. He can create massive waves of ice, summon blizzards, shape ice into deadly weapons, and even form giant ice monsters to fight for him. He's also got ice breath attacks that can instantly freeze anything in front of him. Now, as we can all see, this guy looks like just an old man with long white hair. But don't let that grandpa look fool you. Body manifestation, gone is the old man. Instead, he gets younger looking, his hair gets longer and glows like icy flames, and his ears become more elf-like. Oh, and most of his clothes disappear too, leaving just black pants and boots. Anyway, if his looks don't freeze you in fear, his overwhelming power will. Alright, even though Scyllid is strong, this next guy is even stronger. Rakan, the Monarch of Fangs and the King of Beasts. He's this massive, terrifying beast man with glowing yellow eyes, razor-sharp teeth, and a body built like a tank. And we actually get a glimpse of him at the end of Season 2, and you know he's trouble from the second he shows up. He's arrogant, aggressive, and has an intense bloodthirstiness. And even in his base form, Rakan is crazy, fast, and strong. Body manifestation, he transforms into a giant white wolf, and it's easily one of the most intimidating forms in the entire series. Huge claws, sharp fangs, glowing red eyes, he can partially transform his body. But we see him later on only transforming his arms, legs, torso, and hair to gain a huge boost in power, while still keeping his humanoid form. Next up, let's talk about Baran, the Monarch of White Flames and the King of Demons. The Baran that Jin-Woo fights in the Demon Castle? Well, that's not the real Baran. That version was just a replica that was way weaker created by the system. Visually, replica Baran looked almost the same as the real one. He was a huge jacked demon with gray skin instead of purple like the replica, glowing white flame-like hair, glowing white eyes instead of red like the replica, and 4 big horns on his head. He also wore some seriously intimidating armor. As the King of Demons, Baran could use Hell's Army, which let him summon his own demonic army through portals, basically his own version of Jin-Woo's Shadow Army, but straight from Hell. Then there's Lightning Breath. Baran could shoot torrents of lightning out of his mouth, which was immensely powerful. Body manifestation, which we, however, sadly never got to see in action, but I'm sure it would have been terrifying. So, even though we only saw a weakened version of Baran in the series, the real Monarch of White Flames was a straight-up monster. Moving on, we've got Tarnak, the Monarch of the Iron Body and the King of Monstrous Humanoids. At first glance, Tarnak actually looks very human-like, with slick blonde hair and human-like features, although he's got these glowing green eyes. But then, his body starts to crack, and this eerie green light begins to shine through. Ultimately, he fully transforms into a massive, gigantic golem with glowing lime green hair and dark gray armor. And Tarnak's golem form is all about raw, destructive power. Tarnak's a beast. Quretia, the Monarch of Plagues and the Queen of Insects. She's basically your worst nightmare come to life. Because being the Queen of Insects, she has an entire army of horrifying insects, because Quretia also has the ability Necromancy. Yep, just like Jin-Woo. Other than Necromancy, she also has Mana Manipulation, letting her summon giant glowing hands to grab and crush her enemies, and Venom Inducement, meaning she can secrete deadly toxins from her own body. She looks terrifying as well. Pale skin, long black hair, and glowing red eyes. Body manifestation, Quretia transforms into this terrifying insect-like monster, covered in swarming bugs and countless limbs sticking out of her back. It wasn't just for show either. She weaponizes all these insects to straight up overpower her enemies, and her personality absolutely matches her terrifying looks, as Quretia is a bloodthirsty individual who lived to kill and loved every second of it. Moving on, Legia, the Monarch of the Beginning and the King of Giants. Now, Legia isn't like the other monarchs who pull up ready to wreck everything in sight. Instead, he's actually kind of a mystery at first, as when we meet him, he's literally just chained up inside a dungeon boss room. So, who is this guy? Well, appearance-wise, Legia is exactly what you'd expect from the King of Giants, a massive, buff giant with bluish-gray skin, long, messy black hair, a scruffy beard, and glowing red eyes. Well, the so-called supergiant who started to wreak havoc in Japan, yeah, that beast was so strong it gave national-level vibes, but the only reason it was that strong was because it was juiced up by Legia's mana. So basically, just his mana alone was turning giants into national-level monsters. So, yeah, this guy is absolutely no joke. Moving on, we've Yogamont, the monarch of transfiguration and the king of demonic specters. Like Scyld, he looks like an old man with gray hair, light red eyes that turn purple when he's angry, and he's always rocking this dark bone mask over his mouth with a black and purple hooded cloak. What made Yogamont even more dangerous was how smart and tactical he was. His main power was Gate Creation, which summons multiple purple portals which he used to transport himself and his army around the battlefield, basically playing 4D chess. But how do we know he was the fourth strongest? Well, Antares, another monarch we'll soon get into, trusted him with his army. Antares is the monarch of destruction and the king of dragons. As the king of dragons, Antares commands an army of 10 million dragons. Yeah, 10 million. And although he was insanely strong in his basic form, showing off his red hair, red beard, glowing red eyes, and dark red claws, body manifestation, he's on a completely different level, as he transforms into an enormous red dragon, and his power level skyrockets into something unmeasurable. He becomes faster, tougher, and just unstoppable. Oh, and don't forget his strongest and most dangerous ability called the Breath of Destruction, which is easily one of the most terrifying moves in the entire series, because if he hits you with this, you're not just taking massive damage, you literally cannot heal from it. And just like Rakan, Antares can also transform into a hybrid form, his human dragon form, where he gets snake-like eyes, reptilian armor, and a menacing white helmet with 4 dragon horns. It's intimidating, sure, but his full-on dragon form, way scarier. Ashborn, the OG monarch of shadows and the king of the dead. As you can see, Ashborn looks terrifying. He's this massive shadow warrior decked out in dark black armor, with flaming purple hair, glowing purple eyes, 2 curved black horns, razor-sharp claws, a long smoky black cloak, and of course, a pure black sword. Like, just his appearance alone tells you how strong he is. But here's the twist. Ashborn was literally a saint compared to the other monarchs. Like, he could wipe out entire armies without breaking a sweat, overpower 2 monarchs at once, and oh yeah, he popped Baron's skull with one hand. Yeah, that's how Baron died. On top of that, he had all the same powers Jin-Woo would later use: shadow extraction, shadow exchange, and immortality through the Black Heart. So Ashborn was one of the strongest of his kind.